Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Monday, November 10th, 2025. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I want to thank everybody that checked on me yesterday. Y'all noticed I didn't do a video at all yesterday. And yes, I'm okay. Hold on, y'all. My bad. So, those of you who've been following me for a while, I think I may have said this once or twice, but I deal with depression. I battle depression. Not the chemical imbalance kind, but people that are analytical like me, heavy thinkers. That's a blessing and it's also a curse. It's a blessing because it allows me to do like what I'm doing now with this YouTube channel to be successful because of the things I have learned through my analytical observations and what have you. But it also causes me, from time to time, the fact that I focus on so much, as the book says, the good book, with much knowledge comes great misery. The more you know, so be careful about asking for knowledge. Because I remember a time when I asked God to grant me knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I didn't know he was going to do it. I was just reading the Bible and it said, ask God for that, and that's what I did. Lo and behold, he gave it to me. Now I'm miserable. Most of my days, I'm miserable. Y'all just don't see it. The world don't see it. I keep it to myself. So, I battle depression. And for people that deal with depression, the times we are living in is some of the worst times to be a person that deals with depression. Don't worry, I'm not the type that's going to go jump off a bridge or do something. I'm a fighter. I've been dealing with this for decades. And what I do, when I feel that way, I just get to myself, don't want to be bothered nobody, don't want to talk to nobody talk to me. I'm going to be okay. I know how to, this ain't the first rodeo. I know how to come up out of it, put it that way. Been dealing with this for a minute. And like I said, for people, y'all can vouch for me if you somebody who battled depression. The time we're living in right now is not good. Check on your people that you know have depression issues. Like I said, me personally, I done been through so much shit to where it feels normal to me. I've been depressed for so long to where it's normal. It's not something where I'm gonna go, oh Lord, let me go and check out, I can't help. No. I just chill, might sit up, watch football, chill, go to the gym, walk, whatever. But what I won't do is make a video when I feel like that. I don't even want to talk to nobody. So that's where I was yesterday, dealing with that. And like I said, the time we're living in right now, it ain't good time for somebody who deal with depression because there's so much bullshit going on. Ain't much positivity to focus on. Believe me, if it was, I would. So now, thank y'all for still being here another day and for tuning in for another episode. And I want to thank my new membership. Come on, y'all. Pull y'all up. Clayton's Horsemanship. Frederick Lee. Tamay Morton. Boyd Collins. And Introvert Gumdrop. Thank y'all for joining. I really appreciate it. Now let me ask y'all a question. Because I've been going hard on some people in my area. People I would consider close friends or whatever. About this government shutdown. The people who claim to be hungry and starving and ain't gonna be able to eat because, you know, the government shutdown. The people who complaining about how their health insurance is the price gonna go up. And my view on it, they having, oh Lord, these poor people, whatever. Don't y'all know we all in the same boat? Don't y'all know I gotta pay the same health insurance they gotta pay? I gotta buy the same groceries they gotta buy. I gotta pay the same rent they gotta pay. The only difference is I ain't got no help. No help. And I still gotta do it anyway. So why should I, unless there's something wrong with you, physically or mentally, like, you know, you ain't there. You talk to yourself, whatever. Why should I be concerned when I got my own issues? I'm trying to make sure I can provide for myself because I know how this world is supposed to be. So my question to y'all is this. Is the government supposed to be to make your life easier? Is that what government for to y'all? Do y'all think government is here to make your life easier? Is that what they supposed to do? Is that what you believe they're for? Because if you do, you're in for a world of hurt. If you do, you're one of these people that's sitting around now talking about you can't eat because the government shut down. Because you're a person that thought the government is supposed to make your life better. I believe, call me crazy, I believe I'm supposed to make my life better through my God, giving me the strength and the courage and the endurance and the perseverance to do what I need to do, whether I want to do it or not. The problem is, there's a lot of stuff y'all have to do. You don't want to do it. It ain't that you can't. You don't want to. And you're talking to somebody that know because once upon a time, I didn't want to and wasn't going to do it. Somebody else was supposed to do it. This ain't fair that I got to work so hard. It ain't fair, what I thought, what I told myself. It ain't fair that you should have to work so hard to take care of yourself. It should be easy. See, a lot of us have to work hard, 2 or 3 jobs to take care of ourselves. Side hustles and whatever you got to do. Some of us have accepted reality for what it is. And we ain't got time to be sitting around crying about what the government doing or ain't doing. We ain't got time for that because we done realized, hey man, I got to take care of myself. I can't wait on nobody else to come do it. I can't be like you sitting around waiting on them folks. I can't do it. So whether I'm sitting around this bitch depressed, down and out, I battle depression. And I still get my ass up and go. Still at work this morning. Don't want to be here. Don't see where it's getting me anywhere. Feel like I'm wasting my time. Still here because I'll be damned if I'm going to sit around and wait for somebody else to do for me. If I can do it myself. Now, if I'm disabled or something like somebody, I'm going to be looking for some help somewhere. If I can't do it myself. But that ain't my issue right now. I can do it myself. No, I can't have a big 4-bedroom, whatever house and Lamborghini and all that shit that I would love to have. But I can feed myself. I can wash my own ass. I can provide for my son. Government or not. So forgive me if I haven't been given an F about no government shutdown. Except for the poor people that can't. Y'all know, I ain't got to keep explaining that. I'm an empathetic person. I'm down for the people that are truly in need that can't help themselves. But if you're in need because you're sorry, I don't give a damn. Sorry. Because I was down and out. Not because I had been dealt a bad hand. Even though I had been dealt a bad hand, mother left me, father left me, grew up in a crack-infested neighborhood. Yeah, I was dealt a bad hand. But that ain't why I struggle. There are plenty of people who come from our same background that succeeded. And there are plenty of people that came from a great background that's in prison right now. They had their mother, father, good neighborhood. There's somebody in my hometown, I ain't gonna say his name, but his mother is a state senator, well known in my area, I ain't gonna say his name. He back and forth in prison. But his brother is in the House of Representatives, just got elected out of my state. Same family. One go to prison, one a congressman. Both had their mother and father. Both respectable. The father's a legend in my hometown. One still went to prison, same environment, one's a congressman. So I know it ain't where you're from. It's you. So a former sorry, lazy bum like myself, I ain't got no empathy for another sorry, lazy bum that's struggling. No empathy whatsoever. Nobody had none for me, and I didn't deserve no empathy. I didn't deserve no sympathy. And I'm glad that I didn't get none. Because if I'd have got some, I'd still be a sorry bum. So does the government supposed to make your life easy? If you believe that, that's why you struggle. And now, did I not tell y'all that it was the Democrats that's responsible for this past government shutdown? Because now we just had some Democrats decide to break ranks and say this is enough, and decided to join with the Republicans and now they're going to open the government back up. Hold on.
With Madeline Rivera live from Washington with the latest on when we can expect this shutdown to officially end. Maddie, good morning.
Good morning, Todd. Well, the vote the Senate took overnight is the first step in a series of procedural maneuvers. And of course, the House will have to vote on the package, too. So it will take a few more days before the government reopens. But Sunday's vote was the first clear sign that a bipartisan deal had been reached after a roughly 40-day stalemate. The Senate voted 60-40 to back a revamped GOP funding bill that would keep the government open until the end of January. 8 Democrats joined Republicans to pass the bill, including Senate Minority Whip Dick Durbin, Senators Tim Kaine, Catherine Cortez Masto, and Jackie Rosen, among others.
This is the beginning to show and fight for Americans across the country. Let me just say this, with the government open, we can focus on passing a full bipartisan budget for 2026.
I understand that not all of my Democratic colleagues are satisfied with this agreement, but waiting another week or another month wouldn't deliver a better outcome. So let me be clear. No one in the Senate chamber wants to extend the ACA tax credits more than I do.
I joined this group to make sure that we could get important protections for federal employees. And what we have in this bill is the restoration of all the furloughed employees and a guarantee of their back pay.
So despite them touting what they did get, these Dems are facing criticism from their party because the package does not include a deal on Obamacare subsidies. It only includes a guarantee on a vote for the tax credits, far from what progressives and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer had pushed for.
Tonight, 8 Democrats voted with the Republicans to allow them to go forward on this continuing resolution. And to my mind, this was a very, very bad vote. We have a lot of work to do, but to be honest with you, tonight was not a good night.
Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna is already targeting Schumer, saying Senator Schumer is no longer effective and should be replaced. If you can't lead the fight to stop healthcare premiums from skyrocketing for Americans, what will you fight for? Moving forward, senators need to reach a time agreement before holding a final vote on the package. Then it will only need a simple majority to pass the upper chamber.
Todd.
Miles to go before we sleep. Maddie, thank you. With that, let us bring in former advisor Jason Miller. And Jason, you heard in Maddie's report the Democrats touting all of the things that they got. But to me, they didn't really get anything. All they got was a promise to hold a vote on Obamacare subsidies. So Jason, what was the point of all this?
Well, exactly. There was no point. This entire shutdown was unnecessary. It was unneeded. And the only reason why it happened is because Senator Chuck Schumer and other Senate Democrats are scared to death of the extremist wing of their party, the AOCs, and they're worried they're going to get primary challenges. I really think that there's going to be a reckoning here, both from Americans, travelers who are stranded at airports who had flights canceled, members of the military who had to stand in line for food banks because they didn't have money coming in because of what the Senate Democrats did. And also, I think there'll be a reckoning, as we saw from Ro Khanna saying this about Senator Schumer, from the extremist left within the Democrat base saying, Chuck Schumer, why did you cave? So this was completely unnecessary. It was unneeded all along. Senator John Thune said, just simply pass the continuing resolution, open government, then we can talk about health care. But instead, Chuck Schumer decided to hold everybody hostage.
Again, the exact...
Now I want y'all to understand something. That was the proof that it was the Democrats. Because what changed? 8 Democrats decided to vote with the Republicans to open the government back up. They still ain't fixed nothing. All they did was open the government back up. So y'all that have been complaining and crying about the food stamps can get your stamps. The military can get paid. The government workers can get paid. Let me explain to y'all what just happened for those in the back. The Democrats that held this government up had these people going without their benefits. People not getting paid. And they claim it's just for health care benefits to extend Obamacare credits. They held up everybody else and everything else they claim for just a few million people. There are 400-some million people in America, and they shut down everything for health insurance credits that only maybe 20 million people get. It ain't something that benefit me and millions of other Americans. It don't benefit them. And they will have you believe they shut down everything just for that. That ain't true. That's why these 8 Democrats decided enough was enough. They know that they were fighting for some bullshit. Money going to Zimbabwe and electric buses in Zimbabwe and all that bullshit. So they said, you know what, we'll discuss health care on the other side. Open the government back up. We're not finna keep going on this bullshit and watching people suffer for our own political gain. They were not fighting for the American people. They were fighting for their own political gain. And you ain't gotta believe it. And that's why I've been battling depression this past weekend, yesterday, because I'm seeing the truth, seeing reality. I know what the truth is, and don't nobody wanna believe it. That shit depressing, man. The way so many people in my country are deceived, and I can't do nothing about it. People like me, channels like mine don't grow like that. Don't make millions of views or whatever. I gotta be doing some brain rot shit. That's depressing. So again, the government is open. And I'm depressed. Because we live in a world full of dumb shit. Get it, got it good, bye.